we all also looking?
Did he tip the wedding ring on accident?
Sarah, where's the ring box? Where do I begin with the story of this day? Maybe 18 months ago when I started making my dress. Or maybe we just skipped to the entire wedding searching for my husband's lost ring in the dark. Well, to fully understand this disaster, we've got to back up to...
We bought our bands, our wedding bands, online. They came, mine fits, it's beautiful, Joe's is too small.
Because we had procrastinated buying the rings, this resizing had to happen last minute, and while we'd handed them over to the jewelry store with a whole week remaining, it wasn't until...
Update, I called the place. She said come in like an hour. An hour is at 5 o'clock. Our rehearsal dinner is at 6.
Yeah, I didn't get the rings until 30 minutes before the rehearsal dinner, but I got them, and now mine was beautifully clean and Joe's fit perfectly, right? But that delay made me invalid to my 15 minutes early principle.
If you're not 15 minutes early, then you're late.
You're late!
We were severely late for yell at our family in the parking lot time.
And walk slow, just slow. Not like somebody just broke your leg.
Slow. Wave at your friends.
And our lovely dinner put on by Joe's family. But with the rehearsal rehearsed, I had an appointment with a very special bath bomb that did make me very sleepy, but I was so obsessed with getting to sleep that I was stressed out and I wasn't really sleeping, and I did that thing where you aren't really sleeping but your eyes are closed, and that made me so anxious that I could not stop thinking about the wedding. And then suddenly, I don't know how I got here, but I was in my childhood bedroom and our cat Chubby was there, and she pawed out an electrical outlet which caused a spark which created a fire in the wall, and now everything was on fire. And I went outside and Preston, who's the fake officiant, was there, and he was like, I'm ready, let's just do this, even though your handmade wedding dress just burned. But then I woke up a little bit and realized that I was dreaming, and I realized that if I had dreamed, that it meant my dress was fine and that I had entered REM sleep. So I woke up with a whole new attitude. My brain catastrophized so hard that it turned all the way around into pure excitement that the house wasn't burned down by our cat. And I was ready for the day we'd spent 18 months planning for.
They don't know we're getting married today.
And it was an early start because we did kind of an unorthodox thing. We both drove down to the venue early in the morning to bring in all of my creations and boxes of sticky note directions decorations. And you might think, well, Sarah, why would you take the time to do this? You're the bride. Shouldn't you be getting ready? Well, when you make a giant tree, you're kind of the only person who knows how to put it together. So I had to come. Plus, if I didn't need to be at home becoming beautiful, I would have done way more of this myself, but I had to hold back and keep it to just the tree and left everything else in the hands of my most trusted allies. Well, we had a day of coordinator coming later. For now, the early friend crew got right to work. I mapped this place out with every detail. I made floor plans, instruction sheets, charts, and graphs. I prepared a lecture on how to get married. But no matter how much planning I did, or how many bad Photoshop mock-ups or fresco drawings I attempted, I wouldn't be able to see the full vision until the day of. But I had great friends at the helm. Joe directed the table rental people with the map from the packet, and once he left, Parker took over and just directed everyone. Joe's family came to help with the chairs, and she got them the number of required seats for each table. So by the time the coordinator arrived, all of the physical work was done, and the decor crew could be called in to put up the really weird centerpieces I made. And Haley got important detail shots.
Ranch.
I really could not ask for better friends. Back at home, Maddie had arrived just in time to do her makeup because I'd finished mine. Haley and Pins arrived to help me with extensions.
Oh, there's the end paper still there.
And as I was doing Joe's hair, and after days of catastrophizing that flights would get canceled, Chelsea and Anna from Amari Productions walked into my bedroom with giant cameras ready to go. As a person who is usually the videographer for every video that you see on this channel, the idea that I would be glued to a lens on my wedding day terrified me. And while I may be pushing the limits of what can or even should be DIY'd for a wedding, this was something I had to leave in someone else's hands. And let me tell you, Amari killed it. They read my charts and graphs, because I'm over here swimming in 300 gigabytes of gorgeous footage.
This is Chubby.
Hi, Chubby. You're looking right at me, star of the show.
Yes, she is. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did not want that.
Sorry about
And
that.
soon after, the photographer whose availability we literally picked our date based on, Amanda Swanson, arrived. I've shot with her in cosplay before, and it's not just her skills with the camera that make her the best, it's her vibes.
I was just like, when did you get 4 more cats? I wish Tama was not an only child.
But with this now threefold all-female photo-video team assembled, it was time to get cat pictures. One of the big reasons we wanted to get ready at home was the ability to take photos with our children who could not attend the wedding because it would be really scary for them. And while we were willing to let them wiggle a little bit for one nice photo, we do still respect their boundaries. Kitty, who is very large and does not like new people, did not want to come out from under the bed, so we didn't get one with her. But we did take a moment for our oldest. Joe got a very sweet moment with our very shy boy monkey, and I got to thank Chubby for not burning down the house. But with the real stars of the show photograph, we banished Joe downstairs so I could get dressed with the help of the best corset cincher a corseteer could ask for. You'll see later, but our bridal parties are just our siblings, none of which have any idea what the bunny ear method or a button hook even is, so I elected a special bridal court to help me get dressed, though Pins struggled with the belt a little bit.
I'm a professional cosplayer.
Yes, that's why you're...
Pay me money.
This is why you're doing this and not my mom.
Okay, girly pop. Just, I wanted to know the thought process behind the alligator clip.
Because it goes in my hair too.
Later.
Yeah.
Love. So how do I put it on now?
Just alligator clip it to the bow.
Look at that.
What a beautiful bow. Look at her mirror, genuinely. I love you, like, crouching behind.
Where'd you go?
Peekaboo.
But then it was just a matter of a few hat pins, a cape flip, actually putting on my lashes, and pretending to put on blush.
There's a sign at the Carolina Ren Fair that has answers but no questions. And one of the answers, because they're mermaids in a tank, they wear makeup, and one of the answers is Urban Decay All-Nighter. The question is, how is their makeup still on?
That's so good.
And so I bought it because of the mermaid.
The mermaids are not kidding, by the way. I did not need to touch up anything besides lipstick all day. But with my mermaid makeup complete, I was ready to have my mom finally see.
Oh, look at you. You look so beautiful. Don't make me cry, huh? Oh, look at that. It's so beautiful. Wow. Goodbye.
You can't buy that.
Well, give it a month, Mom. Timu will have a knockoff ready. Somebody just stole Ariel's mushroom cape. It might actually happen. Anyway, downstairs, Joe proved that the wolf pins were worth their spaghetti and struggled to do up a frog clip, which should not be foreshadowing, but it is. But his sister swooped in to help get his cloak on, and Amanda provided vibes.
That looks cool.
You look cool.
It's all Sarah. I'm just a model.
And with silver hook in hand, Haley swooped in to help button my shoes.
Round two.
Fight. Haley versus Button. I will win.
Yeah, they're American Duchess and don't have a zipper, so you fully need a button hook to get them on. But spoiler, I brought backup flats and never put them on. I wore these for like 9 hours and my feet were fine. Anyway, Amanda loved this spot with me just sitting on what is literally a cat litter cabinet.
You should film more stuff here. This is great.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
There's usually a big basket of random stuff right here. It's shoved into Joe.
Because of the mirror that was actually in my childhood bedroom that burned in my dream last night.
I see the tears over there.
Amari read the assignment. And because I was basically fully ready by the time the team got there, we decided to head off early. Though I was really excited, so I did kind of forget to get a shot of my mom putting my grandma's necklace on me, but I did at least remember to put it on before first look. A first look, if you don't know, is where the bride and groom have a moment to see each other before the wedding. And I feel like the first time I heard about them, I was kind of like, oh, why would anybody do that? Like, don't you want the aisle walk to be special? But getting to have this moment with just your significant other and a team of photo video professionals.
They have liftoff on the drone, or are they gonna do that after?
The drone is already here.
doesn't mean that the walk down the aisle is any less significant or special. And for me, it meant I would get to see Joe's reaction to the dress I made up close and personal without all the pressure of the ceremony. He'd seen this in pieces, in my craft room, on the table, or on a hanger, but he'd never seen it all together or on me.
Oh, you look amazing. I love it, honey.
You look so good. Now we're gonna take pretty pictures. Pretty pictures!
But yeah, a first look also meant I was guaranteed to get all the pretty hero shots I wanted for my videos about making my dress. So it might not be for everybody, but for the YouTube lady, it makes a lot of sense.
You look so good.
You look so good. Is everything going
Yes,
as you want so far?
the sun is out.
The sun is out.
A redhead should have sun on her wedding day.
Considering every time I looked at the weather all week, it told me it was going to rain during our first look, to the point that this was me on Friday.
There's not gonna be any sun, everything's gonna go wrong, and nothing's gonna be fun. That's where I'm at.
Suffice it to say, I was ecstatic that the sun had shown up.
You sparkle in the sunlight, Edward. This is the dress of a killer, Bella.
I want this.
Anyway, in all of my final try-ons of my wedding dress, I had actually been second-guessing my skirt. Like, did I go too far? Is it too big? Should I have done something smaller and tight? Should it have more detail? Should I have gone for a fancier fabric? But all of that was just from staring at it too long. When you make something, it's really hard to get far enough back to see what you've actually created. And this is not a skirt made for mirror selfies. It was made to twirl. And twirl we did. It may not be covered in beading like some things I've made, but its multiple 23-yard ruffles and massive gathered circle skirts became everything I dreamed of and more, now that it had room to move.
Y'all got that? Yeah. Did you get us falling too?
Yes,
yeah.
Okay, I used to say that I'm not a good model because undirected, I default to thumbs up and finger guns. But Amanda Swanson's expert directions.
A little smile, let your chin connect to your shoulder. Yes!
Can you look at Joe for me?
So turn your back. Turn your nose to the left. Yes!
Oh my god!
It looks really good.
We've picked the best people for these jobs.
Bitch, I am a model. Joe is too, apparently. Despite the fact that Joe had never done a photo shoot in his life, Amanda was able to get him comfortable enough to get some really gorgeous photos of his genuine smile. When I tell him to smile, he goes cross-eyed.
Can I touch your wrist?
Yeah.
And think. Air to the chest.
Yes! Wrapping. Oh my goodness.
That's a portrait right there.
Look at that man.
Look at that man.
Look at that hand-sewn velvet.
I also did make Joe's jerkin, by the way. Yes, that is the term for what he is wearing, and his shirt, but not his pants. I do kind of wish I had made him matching pants, but the micro velvet I used was such a pain to work with that not only did all of the jerkin need to be flat-lined to the same cotton duck that I used for the structure in my corset, but it had to be primarily sewn together by hand. Like 90% of it is sewn together by hand. Those gold stitches are done in an antique seam stitch, so they are the real seam. But the seam allowances were also prick stitched onto the inside to keep everything secure. It was by far the hardest thing that I made for the wedding. It was actually the second iteration of an outfit that I made for Joe, and it came out absolutely perfect. Though I do kind of wish I'd put a placket in the front so the shirt didn't poke out as much. But he looked so handsome, I couldn't really care. Look at him posing like a prince. I'm so proud.
Can I have some cape flips, double action?
The cosplayers are like, I know exactly what you mean. Into the woods. Into the woods. Really bad movie, but a really good musical.
And I kept getting accosted by ladybugs. Like so many that it was weird.
Can I get this little bug off you?
Yeah. Well, how did I get all these bugs? Pulled off 2 ladybugs already.
You got one more bug on you.
I got another bug?
They're apparently supposed to be a sign of good luck, so I guess that explains this. It's just really weird to me to think that the first time I ever heard of a first look, I thought that it was a really strange thing to do. But when wedding days feel so short, there's such a good way to fit in more time with just your partner, several cameras, cape flip assistants, and ladybugs. But with SD cards full of pretty pictures, it was time to get to the venue and finally see how our decor turned out. I spent a lot of time working on these pieces. With the help of my bridal shower, I made 8 weir walks out of wire, fabric, and boat foam, and I alone grew the 10-foot tall Lincoln. I also cut the tablecloths, I drew the banners, but I never got to see them all together. So it was like writing a symphony and only being able to hear it one instrument at a time until the day it would be played all together for the very first time.
It's so good.
It worked. I was so scared it wouldn't work. Joe, what do you think?
I was here when they put it together, but it looks great.
The girlies did great.
I have to give a huge thank you to my Carolina Ren Fair crew for coming out and getting these guys up and surrounded by candles, and to my morning spotters giving me help with the tree, and everybody that helped with the chairs or followed a sticky note or read my charts and graphs. Y'all each played your part beautifully, and the Mystery Symphony was exactly what I had in my head.
Table 4 got Makar's face because I feel like they're the only people that are gonna get that it's Makar.
Though I do kind of wish all of my tablecloths were red and not gold. Yeah, the tablecloths are supposed to be gold, not yellow. Please don't make fun of me. It was a whole thing. I wanted cotton muslin, and then it never came. I wish they were red. Don't make fun of my yellow-ass tablecloths, okay? I did my best. If you're gonna make fun of, at least make it really funny, like a joke about mustard or something. Okay, no one will see the mustard stains. I don't even think we had mustard. We did have mustard. We had honey mustard. I just didn't eat it. Anyway. But now that we're at the venue, let me tell you about its problems. We got married in a historic train building, so while it is a small, old brick building, it was a great blank canvas to turn into Hrothgar's Hall if it was in the neck, and if the Hammer of the Waters was the same Great Flood from Wind Waker. I don't know if I succeeded in that. You can be the judge. Biggest downside, though, was that it did not have a bridal suite, like you'd see in the fancy venues. But that was something I thought about. I attempted to cordon off a section of the back patio to be a prep table for the photo-video team, where I could also hide. But for whatever reason, that note on the map was ignored, because when we got there, all of our family was back there. So photo video never got to use the tables I wanted to give them, and my own inability to communicate lost me my hidey hole.
Rourke, you can look. Rourke.
Wow! You look like a seraphim.
Thanks.
I did not mean that pun. We're reaching for a fancy word for angel because your little hat looks like a halo around you.
Anyway, all of that was fine because it was time for family photos, which we also did early because it just makes sense to. We did my family first because, rewind, another problem that happened that I didn't even see. So this little venue in the prep kitchen was supposed to have an ice machine, which I had told to our bartending staff, Black Box Productions, so they were expecting to not have to bring ice. But then day of, this ice machine has a sign that says, "Cooler only. Please don't drink," which was not there when I took this picture in January. So long story short, Joe's dad and brother were sent out for ice. His brother is the best man. There were other people that could have gone to get ice and not made the best man late for family photos, but it was fine, and it was still perfect because the sun was shining and the pictures were still pretty.
If you want Christmas presents from work, give me photos like this. I want all these photos on my wall.
That's why we take them.
And I got to play with the flags I made.
I'm gonna throw it.
Snow Miku training.
Great job! Snow Miku training! Will I be giving him a weapon if I give him this to play with?
Let's see.
I'll leave it to your discretion whether or not to take them
As soon
away.
as it becomes a weapon, I'll take it away.
Okay.
They immediately became a weapon.
That's okay. You're learning how to use your brain still.
But the missing menses made it in time, and we got all the family photos done without having to miss our cocktail hour.
Say happy day, happy day, happy,
Happy day, happy day, happy.
Smell me! 1, 2, 3, cheers!
Happy day.
Which also started early because the guests had started to arrive. Now, I don't remember if I got this idea from another friend of ours' wedding or from a Jamie Wolfer video, who, by the way, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this wedding planning without the help of this incredible YouTube channel. I cannot recommend it enough if you're getting married. Anyway, from her channel, I heard about pre-ceremony drinks, and they are awesome. Even without the ice machine, Black Box rallied and had the bar up and running in time for our guests. It was admittedly a costly addition to have these extra bartending hours, but for us, it kind of ended up being vital, and you'll find out why very soon. But it was so cool. People could come in, get their program, proceed to only read the seating chart on the back and not the front, get a drink, mingle, and have fun.
The duality of man.
Though while I was tucked away in my not private hidey hole, watching the trains go by and putting my phone down to cover my ears,
It'll hurt your hearing.
I was not aware that I was not hearing the 30 minutes of creepy Elden Ring music I had prepared for guests' arrival. And because I hadn't noticed that, it was a big surprise when the day of coordinator came to me and said, the sound's not working. So long story short, this is kind of my fault. I kind of made the sound people's job harder than it needed to be because I, as a motion designer by trade, had made 5.5 hours of motion graphics to be played on my projector that was positioned at the top of the C-stand that held up the tree. And because it was part of the tree, I didn't want to have to explain the tree's complicated setup to anyone, and as such, the sound people never got a chance to test it with their system. This was my decision, so the delay is my fault. But we were no longer on marching band time now, and nobody told Rourke. I was so upsetty, but this was also actually perfect because right as the ceremony would have started, a Lexi from Drag Race sized train went by, which was the only valid reason I said we would delay. So if we had done the ceremony on time, the sound wouldn't have even mattered because we would have just heard. But after the Lexi train sashayed away and just a little more waiting, the sound was figured out and it was time to line up. Rest in peace, my 30 minutes of Elden Ring music. You probably would have scared the children anyway. But there was one question remaining. Joe and the bridal party would be walking out to an orchestral version of the RuneScape theme because it's perfect. It's got a soft opener just right for a man with a quest cape to walk his mom to her standing seat, but then it has this big dramatic lift. And I was really set on having the oldest member of my family, my mom, and one of the youngest of Joe's, his nephew, run down the aisle screaming and waving flags because I thought it would be really fun. And while you can guarantee that the woman I came from would do that, nephew is a toddler, so we never knew for sure if this dream would come to life.
Run to Gammy, run to Gammy. Come to Gammy, come to Gammy. Yeah, go to Gammy.
It was really funny. As we were going through this process, figuring out how and what we wanted to do, obviously the big wedding traditions come into question.
I love you, Sam.
I love you too. And me, personally, I think some of them are really gross. But that doesn't mean that the pomp and circumstance that accompany them aren't still fun and memorable if you like them. So I'll save you the list of IST identifiers and tell you that I chose to walk alone because I am the only one who can give myself to Joe. I walked too fast. You can't hear him say it, but this is where Preston said, I don't have the microphone.
Just yell.
Nothing brings us more joy than an oath made in earnest. So it should be no surprise that two oaths made in love are an experience sublime. We find our deepest joy in building, creating, making oaths, and keeping them. None of us are perfect, and so none of us can keep oaths perfectly. Though you remain devoted, there will be fires of anger, frustration, confusion, and pain. When those flames blaze, remember this day. Remember this oath, which is unique, as you do not make it alone. Joe, will you form this covenant with Sarah?
Yes, I will.
Sarah, will you form this covenant with Joe?
Yes, I will.
Then shroud each other in a cloak of your protection.
I didn't think about my hair when I did this.
Pull your hair out afterwards.
Okay, we had extra time because I spoke too fast.
No, you did perfect.
You ready?
Yep.
By my witness, by all that witness, I announce that a bond is formed. What these two forge, let no person seek to undermine.
You'll know when to go.
Well, I was a little sad when I saw people clearly not being able to hear Preston when I watched the 360 footage of the ceremony. In the end, it was picked up in beautiful 32-bit float audio on my mic, and if he had had the room mic, then it probably would have been full of plosives. So it was perfect anyway. With the ceremony done, it was time to change bow positions for sunset photos.
I'm going home.
No, we're about to eat.
You did a good job.
Though I do kind of wish I had just taken my hair all the way down at this point. That's like my one style regret, is that I didn't just take my hair all the way down. Anyway.
I knew the cloaks would be goofy, but at least they were goofy.
It was a quick ceremony.
Yes, as should be.
I teared up a bit.
You did. You were crying.
I shot over to you and I was like,
You were crying.
You do good with the music. You're a filmmaker.
Did you like my song choice? Do you know what it was?
I mean, it was the Zelda.
But it was the 25th anniversary Fairy Fountain theme, which was a CD that we both got at the same time.
Oh, okay. I did not put that together, but...
nose touch right there for me, please. Y'all are so good. Can you touch your noses together, please?
Oh!
I love you two so much. That was amazing.
That's what I thought you meant.
That's not what... I thought you said touch your nose.
And I got my puddle photo.
Finally. We've waited all day for it.
Oh yeah, do the Ronnie. 1,000 years under the wisdom of the moon.
Which almost turned into an actual puddle.
It's raining. Okay, it's raining!
Inside time?
Yeah, inside time. Cocktail hour, go get some drinks.
I've been consuming.
So we didn't get too many sunset photos, but the 360 camera caught why Table 4 got Makar's face. But that was perfect because it meant we got to enjoy our cocktail hour. I got to run around and hug people I haven't seen in years. This is my legendary college roommate, who you can all thank for teaching me how to thread a sewing machine 4 times before I finally learned. Legitimately, if it wasn't for Kayla, none of the things made in this room would exist. But I wasn't the only one that absolutely killed it on the outfits.
Oh, you look so cute! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Don't I look cute too?
Not as cute as Ivy.
Speaking of, I should mention what our dress code was.
Ivy's still cuter than you.
We chose semi-formal with an invitation to lean towards fantasy and medieval with special instructions on what counts as a fancy hat basically directed entirely at Joe's nephews. But with my grove of cosplayers, fellow grandchildren of Thank You Grandma, and weebs.
So these are grandma's rings.
This one's too.
Yeah, I know.
The pin Maddie has
And
on,
I was like
it
talking
was
about her about Vocaloid.
great
And she
grandma's.
said, okay.
Oh, great
and then she
grandma.
took her to her car and started playing World Is Mine.
The scientific name for pig is sus.
We had enough twirly skirts for one of the coolest photo ideas I've ever seen.
Photo idea, if you want to twirl with everybody for a picture.
Group twirl.
Yes.
Come twirl with me. Come twirl. If you can twirl, come twirl with me. Do y'all want to twirl with us?
Yes!
Come twirl.
Some of these girls are family, some of them are friends, but they were all ready to twirl. But not as ready as Kaylin was to be a bubble captain.
Anyone want to blow bubbles while we're doing this?
It's your wedding.
And bubble duel with Snip. I wish I had a shot of my view of this because they were literally like Mortal Kombat bubble fighting.
To your right.
Thank you for explaining which way was right.
We had some practice 2 weeks ago with right.
We're hitting each other.
It's me.
And Jesus Christ, what the fuck, Amanda? This is awesome. As somebody that didn't do a big bridal party and kind of wish I had, this was really special.
You'd think she looked cute for a living or something. Melanie was like, oh, it's me, I can't do this. And I wanted to be like, girl, we were professional princesses.
I've never been good at
Who's
Parker.
It was about time we actually ate something, so I snuck me and Joe away to have our special dinner alone.
The ranch, the big bucket of ranch.
This is another tip I heard randomly in a Jamie Wolfer video, but at some point I heard the idea for the couple to eat privately, and for Joe and I, who are easily distracted, this seemed like a perfect idea. And since it would be our own little private moment, we read our actual vows to each other here. When we got engaged, it did kind of feel weird to process that in front of our friends. Like, it was special that they were there, but it made me realize that although I am a strange person who puts a portion of her life on the internet, I am not a person who wants to have the lovey-dovey moments in front of a crowd. So this part is just for me and Joe, and why the only shot you're getting is of a plate of food. But I highly recommend it. We got to cry and hug alone over our very good mac and cheese. Though I will share with you how I was not the only one catastrophizing.
Everything came, the food came. I mean, like, all the things that I woke up at 5 in the morning and was like, I really hope this doesn't go wrong. It didn't happen.
But the day of coordinator whisked our half-finished plates away to our sweetheart table for grand entrance.
It'll be my
Dresses match. I just realized.
Oh my god.
Which I really wanted to do just because the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Great C menu select theme is just peak fanfare. Though something did kind of go wrong here. Because this also had inserted voice lines, but our crowd got a little too excited and didn't get to hear my very funny joke.
First introduction of Sarah and Joe.
Spaceman? It's funny because my name is not actually Spaceman. But to you, my dear viewer, I present Mr. and Mrs. Spaceman.
Hey, everybody. Sorry. I'm not used to doing mic stuff. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. This was such a beautiful ceremony, 90% put together by Sarah. And she deserves all of that praise. It is very impressive. I wouldn't have done this if she wouldn't have done something so cool. Enjoy yourself and tip the bartender.
I was supposed to do the thank you to the vendors, but I spaghetti.
I forgot my list.
So we moved on to someone way better on the mic.
Got it, we thank you, we thank you.
And this is not our first dance. We do have a first dance. And so I think I confused a few people, but I just heard the Wind Waker theme and started dancing with Joe. We have a first dance. We just wanted to dance, and so we did. Oh! But other dances were requested.
Can you do the cowboy dance?
Cowboy dance? So food. Food's one of the biggest expenses of weddings, but we feel like we got delicious food for a pretty reasonable price. Joe's mom went and picked up our giant Publix catering order, and we found a catering company near the venue that would do drop catering of their incredible mac and cheese, potatoes, and collard greens, which hardly anybody ate, so Joe had to eat the leftovers for every meal for a week straight.
In the wild, some pigs are known to eat rodents or reptiles.
And despite the ceremony delay, we remained on schedule because by the time everybody got their food, it was toast o'clock. We knew for sure that we wanted my brother Rourke to make a speech. He is a very talented writer. He even reviews and makes notes on my scripts sometimes. And he delivered exactly what we expected.
Where am I going?
See the lens cap? The lens cap, the lens cap, the lid, the lid, the lid, the lid, the lid.
When I think of Sarah, I think of a sword. I think of a carefully crafted soul of steel, willing to tear the existing asunder for the sake of what can be. This is a woman so good at being creative, it has literally been her job her entire adult life. She's so good at it, in fact, she's made it ruthlessly contagious. The way a gleaming sword raised high inspires, I've seen her fill others with boundless inspiration. I helped her at a convention this summer, and I saw countless people at her booth. I don't know their names. I'll never meet them again, but I remember their faces because they were beaming with happiness and told her just how much she and her creations meant to them. Quick note, by the way, if you ever get a chance to listen to strangers gas up one of your relatives, take it, it rules. And you can do a lot with the sword. You can help, you can hurt, and you have to choose where. Sarah has an impeccable bullshit detection device in her. But hey, everything has its limitations. A sword, like a clarinet, can't unclog a toilet. More is needed if you're going to conquer the world. Joe is a rock for others to anchor. Joe is a shield. I really didn't plan for the sword and shield analogy to happen amongst all of this fantasy stuff, but wow, I got lucky. Let's have a toast to the sturdiest bulwark in life I know, that unbreakable shield Joe, and a sword as dependable as they come, a legendary blade, my baby sister Sarah.
But we weren't actually sure who or if anybody from Joe's side would give a speech. Joe's little brother Jake said for months that there was no way that he would have the courage to make a toast. But from what I heard, Table 4 bullied the courage into him and continued to prove why they got Makar's face. Because while young Jake doesn't want you, the internet, to hear his speech, all you need to know is that he made everybody cry. And whatever dry eyes were left were about to get wet as we were whisked right into first dance. So dancing is kind of a big thing for me. Joe, not so much. So this could only be semi-choreographed. I tried to put in some fancier stuff, but that didn't go super well. So we just learned a simple box step and turn so that we could waltz to more video game music. We chose the 1996 orchestral version of Lon Lon Ranch. It's the location of one of my favorite moments in video game history. It's one of the best songs in the Zelda catalog, and the 1996 version is both beautiful and haunting. And it's in 3/4 time, and I wanted to waltz, so that's that. And we made everybody cry. Haley got a shot of Pins crying, and then it pans over and reveals more crying. Anyway, I did a little line dance with my mom to Wide Open Spaces. Joe did a candlelit sway with his to I Hope You Dance, while I snuck away for a Heidi moment because I didn't want to sit awkwardly alone at our table and just stare at them. But I soon returned to accost everyone in the room to clap their hands.
It's actually illegal to attend the wedding of two people born in the 90s and not cha-cha slide.
Come on! Jimmy! It's on the schedule!
So I was really attached to having a really good dance party. And I feel like to get that started, you have to get lots of people on the dance floor and tell them it is time to dance. And for a wedding of two people born in the 90s, the best way to do that was the one and only cha-cha slide.
What does this even mean?
And as you can see, that worked.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands!
If you didn't figure it out yet, I mixed all of the audio for the entire wedding, so this was the biggest asset as my 2.5-hour basically DJ set designed to get everybody dancing. And while I knew we would be getting funky,
Turn it out! Vince is calling!
I hoped that the next song would tell people clearly it is time to party, and I was right.
Oh my god, the light sticks are out.
Some songs didn't hit quite as well, but plenty of people enjoyed the mix of absolute banger classics.
I'm gonna get my sister.
That just also happened to be also video game music.
Maddie, you have to dance with me to this song. Come here, because, what was it? Saints Row?
Anyway, the classics were mixed in with modern pop.
Oh shit. I'm like, I know the album dance. I went to Sweat Tour.
Applause, applause, applause.
And a short section of girl anthems.
Looking for has been here the whole time.
And more video game music.
Will you twirl me around, Cabana?
The playlist got weirder later on, but I was like, it's Fly Me to the Moon. It's Fly Me to the Moon. It's a normal song. It can go in the beginning part where the songs are normal. It's Fly Me to the Moon. There's nothing weird about this Fly Me to the Moon. Anyway, I still don't know anything about audio systems, but I think I might be a pretty decent DJ.
Some pigs play video games.
In the days and weeks leading up to the wedding, I will admit that I had started to wonder if any of this was worth it. Because we live in an age where there isn't really a practical reason anymore to have a wedding, other than it being one of the few excuses you ever have in life to gather all the people that you and your partner love into one place for dinner, drinks, and dancing. And now as I sit here, anguishing over which adorable dancing shots to include of our friends and family whose contributions to our lives range from years to decades. This is the first baby I ever held. This is Vanessa. Me and Joe danced for the first time at her wedding. This is Liam. He was in our first D&D game together. This is now my baby nephew and his mama. This is Steven, who still came to the wedding even though 24 hours prior, his incredible wife Ella brought their first child into the world. This is Preston, who's known Joe since he was like 8 and he was the DM in that first D&D game. This is Melanie, who is how I met Parker and then met Pins and Snip. This is me screaming in the face of my very first cosplay friend. And when I look at them dancing, I am glad we chose to forge these bonds with all of them as witness. Because while I hold no reverence for traditions or religious rites, I love and value these people, so it was worth it. Though I genuinely don't understand how people have weddings that are like over 100 people. Like, how do you know that many people? There were like 80 people here. How do people have weddings with like 300 people there? I don't understand. Anyway, Amanda left us with one last bit of photo magic, and we get to my final regret of the wedding day. Not putting on my not polyester, not a corset, linen mini dress that I made to be my second wedding dress before the professional photo video team left for the night. Because it was really cute and it would be really nice to have 4K footage of me butchering Momo's solo in it. But as the playlist descended into exclusively East Asian language, the lights came up and the dance floor transmutated into a wedding-wide phone flashlight-fueled search because at some point that he didn't know, Joe's wedding band fell off his hand. He was pretty in the cups at this point. I was way less so. So he just looked at me and went, "I'm not wearing my wedding ring." So I raised the alarm, and every remaining person was on the hunt.
I don't know how he did this. We got it resized. It was too small before.
It's just a gold band.
It's just a gold band.
We looked in the corners, under tables, in the drink buckets.
Wait, I'm a hobbit. I'm supposed to be good at finding rings.
The Black Box Productions bartending staff dug through the garbage.
Did he tip the wedding ring on accident? Is he a compulsive gambler and we don't know?
It would be like around here if it fell down there. There's a shiny thing on the black carpet.
I feel like I wasn't ever even over here.
Question, when did he put on the ring for the first time?
He had it when we were taking pictures after the
Okay, where's the ring box? Sarah, where's the ring box? Because Amanda got a photo of both of your rings in the ring box.
Yeah, but then we were wearing them. She didn't take another photo of it.
Okay.
The ring box is in my pockets. Did you check these?
I don't know why they would be in there.
We should always check. Do we check both?
It wouldn't be in here.
Humor me?
It could be stuck to my dress.
Yeah, I don't think I put it back on after Amanda gave it back to us.
No, you did. We took a picture of it. Remember, we took a picture of it with the bouquet. You remember? In front of the door.
It got like hooked onto part of your wedding dress or
That
something.
it could be that. I could go check.
Kaylin was on the ground in the parking lot looking under the truck. We felt like the best hope was that it had gotten caught on the beading of my dress, but it wasn't there either.
How did he do this?
Every loose piece of confetti trapped in the gaps of the bricks taunted us with their shiny glints of hope, only to come into focus as distinctively not Joe's ring. I was on my hands and knees on the bathroom floor, looking behind the sink and in the drain, when I heard cheers.
Where was it?
One of the incredible Black Box Productions bartending staff members had dug down and found it.
Wow. Wait, was it you that found it? Oh my gosh, amazing.
I f***ing said, washed your hands, not used to wearing a ring, didn't take it off, took the paper towel, popped it right off.
I was just digging through the trash too. I need to go wash my hands now.
Don't wash your hands, Rourke. Where was it?
In the trash.
Oh my God.
Guess we gotta go back to the jewelry store. And by the time we found it, I had missed most of the only Miku song on the playlist.
A pig's favorite way to sleep is nose to nose.
And nobody got a shot of me doing what I remembered of the World Is Mine choreography. So we tore down and went home with a few remaining friends.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Rock band.
It's where somebody did get a shot of me singing what I still know of World Is Mine. So I may have stretched the limits of what can or should be DIY'd for a wedding. Whenever you replace a vendor with yourself, you end up having to rely on so many friends and family and vendors to do things they wouldn't normally be asked to do. Which for both me and Joe meant many mornings waking up at 5 a.m. in a panic that we'd run out of chicken tenders or that the videographer's flight would get canceled. But we are lucky enough to have an absolute army of people to the point that nobody got a job that felt overwhelming. And even though the ice machine was broken and Joe's ring was too big, the fact that we found it just makes the story even better. Despite all of the catastrophes our brains insisted upon concocting, none came. And what remained were the fruits of 18 months of work. Our greatest allies, our families, our friends, and our vendors all kept their oaths, and as we know, none of us can keep oaths perfectly. Maybe some things didn't go according to plan, but when I remember this day, it will be the laughter, light, love, and leaves, and the relief I felt when I realized that Chubby didn't burn down the house. Thank you to everybody that helped set up or tear down. Thank you to Black Box for providing absolutely goated bartenders. Thank you to Amanda Swanson for making Joe look like a literal prince. Thank you to Amari Productions for filling the shoes that I'm usually in and doing a better job than I ever do. And thank you to you for watching. If you want to support the channel directly, you can check out my Patreon where you'll get some exclusive content. But if you're just watching, liking, commenting, or subscribing, then you're supporting the channel too. So thank you. But the biggest thank you to my newest big support tier patrons, Taryn Crow and Bubbles. Thanks for watching. Bye.